Every time Netflix recommends a show, you end up binging. Every time your phone recognizes your face. Every time your email filters out spam, there's something incredible happening behind the scenes. It's not magic, it's machine learning. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how it works. Welcome to the first video in our complete machine learning course. I'm the Coder Therapist, and today we're starting from the very beginning. No confusing jargon, no complicated math, just clear explanations of what machine learning really is and why it's changing everything. So, what exactly is machine learning? Here's the simplest definition. Machine learning is teaching computers to learn from experience, just like humans do. Think about how you learned to recognize a dog as a child. Your parents didn't give you a rule book with instructions like, if it has 4 legs, fur, and barks, it's a dog. Instead, they showed you many different dogs, big dogs, small dogs, fluffy dogs, short-haired dogs, and eventually your brain figured out the pattern. Machine learning works the same way. Instead of programming explicit rules, we show computers lots of examples, and they figure out the patterns themselves. Here's the key difference. In traditional programming, we give computers rules to follow. In machine learning, we give computers data and the correct answers, and they figure out the rules. The term machine learning was coined back in 1959 by Arthur Samuel, who defined it as the field of study that gives computers the ability to learn without being explicitly programmed. And that's exactly what makes it so powerful. Now, let's talk about how machines actually learn from data. This is where it gets really interesting. Imagine you want to predict house prices. You have data on hundreds of houses, their size, number of bedrooms, location, and how much they sold for. So, we feed all this data into a learning algorithm, and then it starts looking for patterns in relationships. For example, it might notice that bigger houses tend to cost more, that homes near parks are usually more expensive, and that houses with more bedrooms often come with higher prices. For this process, the algorithm creates a model. Think of it as a mathematical formula that captures all these patterns. In a way, this model becomes the set of rules the computer has learned. Now, here's the magic. When you show this model a new house it's never seen before, it can predict the price by applying these learned patterns. The more data we give it, the better it gets at making predictions. Remember these 3 things. Data is the fuel, the algorithm is the learning process, and the model is the knowledge gained. Together, these are the core ingredients of any machine learning system. You might think machine learning is some futuristic technology, but the truth is, you're using it dozens of times every single day. Let me show you. Ever wonder how Netflix always seems to know exactly what you want to watch next? Well, that's machine learning at work. It's checking out your viewing history, what you watched, how long you watched, what you rated, even what time of day you usually hit play. It compares your behavior with millions of other users and finds patterns. People who watched this also watched that. The same technology powers Amazon recommendations, YouTube suggestions, and Spotify playlists. When you ask Siri or Alexa a question, machine learning kicks in on several levels. First, it has to turn your voice into text using speech recognition, basically teaching the device to understand what you just said. Then it uses natural language processing to figure out what you mean, not just the words you said. And finally, it puts together an intelligent response. And the wild part? All of this happens in just a couple of seconds because these systems have learned from billions of voice interactions. This is probably one of the most impressive examples out there. Self-driving cars use machine learning to recognize everything around them: pedestrians, other cars, traffic signs, lane markings, all of it. The car's cameras are constantly capturing images, and machine learning models trained on millions of labeled photos, can recognize what's in each frame in real time. Is that a person, a bicycle, a stop sign? The model knows because it's already seen thousands of examples of each. But it's not just about recognizing things. The car also has to make decisions. When to brake, when to accelerate, how to handle a turn. And it learns all of this from massive amounts of real driving data. But wait, there's more. Machine learning is also behind things you use every single day. Your email spam filters, deciding what goes straight to the spam folder. Face recognition on your phone, that quick unlock with just a glance. Credit card fraud detection, spotting weird charges before you even notice. Language translation, like what powers Google Translate. Medical diagnosis, AI helping doctors read x-rays and scans. Your social media feeds, deciding what posts show up first. Weather forecasting, those super detailed weather maps. And even online customer service chatbots, the ones that reply in seconds. The list goes on and on. Machine learning is everywhere. Now, let's break down the fundamental difference between machine learning and traditional programming. This part is super important to understand. It's really the foundation of everything. In traditional programming, a human programmer writes out all the explicit rules. And to make this clear, let's use something simple. Email spam detection as an example. Programmer might create rules like, if the email contains free money or click here now, then mark it as spam. But here's the problem. Spammers aren't dumb. They adapt. They'll switch it up and write free money instead. And just like that, your rules fall apart. You'd have to manually update those rules constantly. And with millions of spam variations out there, there's just no way you can write rules for all of them. With machine learning, instead of writing rules yourself, you simply showed the computer thousands of emails that are already labeled as spam or not spam. The algorithm then finds patterns on its own. Maybe it notices that spam emails use certain words, unusual punctuation, or come from suspicious domains. It learns all of these patterns automatically. So when a new email arrives, even with something like free money, the model can still recognize it as spam because it learned the pattern, not just the exact words. And the best part? As it sees more examples, it just keeps getting better. Here are the key differences. Traditional programming, humans define the rules. Machine learning, the computer learns the rules. Traditional programming, it's rigid, fixed. Machine learning, it adapts and it improves over time. Traditional programming, it breaks when new patterns appear. Machine learning can handle new patterns with ease. Traditional programming, great for simple logic. Machine learning, perfect for complex, messy, real-world patterns. Here's the rule of thumb. Use traditional programming when the rules are simple and easy to define. But when the rules get too complex or they keep changing, that's when machine learning is the better choice. Finally, let's walk through the complete machine learning process. This is the journey every ML project goes through. Everything starts with data. This is the foundation. You need lots of examples of whatever you're trying to learn. If you're building a model to detect errors in code, you need thousands of labeled code samples. If you're predicting sales, you need solid historical sales data. The more high-quality data you have, the better your model learns. Quality matters more than quantity. Because remember, garbage in, garbage out. If your data is biased or incorrect, your model will end up learning the wrong patterns, no matter how much data you feed it. Next, we feed that data into a learning algorithm. During training, the algorithm goes through the data over and over, sometimes millions of times, tweaking its internal parameters so it can match the patterns more accurately.
Think of it like a student preparing for an exam. They go through the material again and again, and each pass helps them understand the concepts a little better. The algorithm does the same thing, just with data instead of textbooks.
We can actually watch the model's accuracy improve, step by step with every iteration. And once it plateaus, once it stops getting better, that's when we know the training is complete. Now we have a trained model. It's learned the patterns. And when we give it new data it's never seen before, it can still make predictions, all based on what it learned during training. A pricing model can estimate the cost of a new laptop configuration. An image classifier can recognize new types of code snippets or diagrams. And a recommendation system can suggest new courses, tools, or technologies you might like. But here's what makes it even more powerful. Machine learning systems can continuously improve. User feedback becomes new training data, and with retraining, the model keeps getting better and better over time. When you give a thumbs up to a show on Netflix, you're actually helping train the model. And when you correct Siri or any voice assistant, that feedback goes right back into the system, helping it get smarter the next time. So let's recap what we've learned today. Machine learning is all about teaching computers to learn from data, just like humans learn from experience. Instead of programming strict rules, we feed the computer examples and let it discover the patterns on its own. It already powers the tech you use every single day, from Netflix recommendations to advanced automated systems. The key difference from traditional programming, machine learning adapts and gets better automatically. And the whole process really comes down to 3 steps. Collect data, train the model, and make predictions. And this is just the beginning. In the next video, we'll dive into the different types of machine learning: supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning, and when to use each one. Throughout this course, you'll learn how to build these systems yourself, from simple models all the way to advanced neural networks. We'll work on real projects, write real code, and by the end, you'll be able to create your own machine learning solutions from scratch. If you're excited to learn machine learning, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss any videos in this series. And drop a comment below telling me what you want to build with machine learning. I read every single one. If this video helped demystify machine learning for you, give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people who want to learn. Click here to watch the next video where we dive into the different types of machine learning. Or check out the full course playlist in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.